Honda ATVs have had drum brakes for a long time, and this Honda Rancher, for example, they didn't come with disc brakes until 2007. If you drive around at slow speeds and just doing some farm work, or maybe you never see mud or water, just use this as an utility vehicle, they're probably fine. But for me, sometimes I find a bit of mud, and I like to have some fun, so I might go through it. And once water gets inside the drum brakes, it will not really go out of there, so the brakes will get wet and they doesn't work very well. So what you have to do if you have been in deep water and got water inside the drum brakes is you have to take them apart and clean everything and make sure it's dry, and put it back together and do some adjustments. I'll show you where these adjustments are made, and then they work kind of fine. They're not great, but they work until you see the next mud bit. So the solution to this is disc brakes. Because the disc brake is more open, it will dry out much faster and you will get brakes back in no time, even after you've been through a mud hole or a water hole or something like that. If your ATV has drum brakes, sorry, usually you can't really do anything about that. But if you have a Honda, there is a big chance that you can get a disc brake kit for it. And this is a kit that contains everything you need to go from drum brakes to disc brakes. I'm not going to show you in detail every step on putting these disc brakes on. There are a couple of good videos out there, so I'll put a link in the description to them. But I'll give you some tips and tricks, and also bleeding the brakes, that could be an issue. And I will also test these brakes before. I already know that they don't work if I go in water, and it's so dry now so I can't find any water. But I'll try them out before, see what kind of performance we have from the drum brakes, and then I'll put these on and I'll try it again and see if it did make any difference. Now new brakes, they have an in-bedding routine, so I have to use them a little bit before I can really say if they work good or not. I will be using the GoPro to film the braking sequence, and the good thing about the GoPro is that you can activate the GPS so you can see the speed, but you can also see G-forces, so you can see how much the brakes are actually working. And I'll show you how to set this up. You have to activate the GPS in your GoPro to be able to see what speed you're driving in. And you go to settings, and you can see here in the middle it says GPS, and this means GPS is on. So before you start driving, if you want to record this GPS data, you turn the GPS on, but also if you flip that down and see there's this like a water drop up here, if that is gray, it means that it does not have contact with the GPS satellite. But now, since it's like white filled in, we know we have contact. Now we can start filming, and then we can use that data to get the actual speed. When I did these brake tests from about 70 kilometers per hour to 0, this brake starts to activate, I think it's around here. So there's a little bit of free play, but not that much. They're pretty good adjusted, but I did squeeze this lever all the way in. So I might be able to adjust these to get them a little bit better. But then you would have to, have the hand like this when you start braking, and doesn't feel that good. I'll see if I can get them a little bit better, just to get these drum brake as good as they can. But there's no way they will lock up on hard surface. On gravel they can lock up the front wheels. And I am doing this in a two-wheel drive mode, so they are only braking the front wheels. If you have it on four-wheel drive, the braking will be both front wheels and rear. To adjust the brakes, what you do is you pull this out, and then there are adjustments in here. Oh. Okay. Let's see if I can find them. Okay, so in here you see that cogged wheel, and there is also an arrow down there. To tighten up here, what you do, take a screwdriver in here, and then just move this here, and there is some, you can feel there's some like clicks or dents that they can go. And there's one is here and one is in the opposite side. And the brakes are adjusted now to be, I mean, they activate really fast, so I don't think they get any better than this. If you're having trouble getting the drums off, you might have to adjust it in here. As you can see, the brakes on this ATV, they only have 150 hours on them, so they're not worn or anything like that. If anyone needs brake drums for their Honda, just contact me. Regarding the placement of the brake caliper, from what I understand, it depends on if these brake lines are long enough to be like in front, I think something like that, or if they can go back, but you know, they will not reach there. So on some models you'll have to have the calipers facing forward and on some rear, and I will use some Loctite on these screws here. This bleeder screw must be up. Nope, that's not good. I tried routing this brake line like here and underneath, and there's no way to get it to work like this. So I'll have to cut into this. This is like a protector, axle protector. I'll have to make some cutouts in it, because there's no way to get this working. So I took my reciprocating saw and just did this cut out first this piece here, and then this piece here, and I think it will work now. I don't see any other way to do this than put it in up front here. But if you have a better idea, or maybe you've done it in some other way on your rancher, why don't you write a comment. We need to take this out, and I already started with one, and I did it this way. Took a socket like this, then oop. I did put some lube here. You can just use a hammer to bash these out if you don't want to keep them, but I'm keeping everything. This is how this package comes together, and this one goes in here, and then the rim is on here, or the entire wheel. All right, so it's starting to come together here, and one thing that is very important is that you have to make sure that your wheel bearings are good, because if the disc can move, if the bearings are bad, the disc will move a bit and it will press in the piston inside the caliper. So what will happen is that when you ride, you'll have to like double brake. First time you have to push the piston out a bit, and next time it will grip the brake disc. So when you have this down, make sure that there's no play in this bearing in here. If there is, then you have to change them before doing this work. The SuperATV manual says that if you are using original aluminium wheels, you're supposed to grind this down, but I can't really see why that is necessary. But so I'll put this on and see what happens. It's over here that you see. So I don't know why grinding that would help. I have to take some material in here, or see if I can adjust that maybe a little bit. So there is a little bit of like that. Ha. Or it'll wear down. I think that works. I mean, it's tight, but nothing is rubbing against. Oh. So I don't know how or why, but it actually clears this side. So either this the right side looks different than the left side, or I just made a mistake yesterday and I didn't even have any beer. The brake hose cannot be routed like this because it will hit the inside of the rim when you turn. So I'm gonna see if I can put it on the other side of this without hitting it, this shield here, but maybe I'll have to do a cut here. So I do have the same problem, that the rim hits in place here. See if I can. Oh. Yeah, works. Now we're talking. That would be perfect. Okay, so you need a little bit of a cut out, but you can do it like on top here, and that's good because it will protect a bit from sticks and stuff from underneath. And if you do this like I did, be really careful not to pinch this boot here. I used one of these little bottles, put on that bleeding screw. Make sure I have enough brake fluid in there, and then just pump the brake, hold it, and at the same time I can reach here and open fast and close, pump and open and close, pump, open and close. So make sure that you got enough brake fluid in that reservoir, because if you get air in there you basically have to restart it. And this feels very good. I'm gonna try it like this, and maybe I'll have to do a second time. Maybe I have to do this a second time once these brakes are a bit, they have to wear in a bit. Besides the brake, I'm doing a 150-hour service on this ATV, setting the valve clearance. It was a bit too much, and also I'm changing this shut-off valve that's in the fuel tank. This one is not good. all together now, and doesn't look much different. Don't look very close. So first impression, it isn't that great, but maybe I have to use them a bit. It says so in the manual that they have to be used to bed in the disc pads to the brake, to the disc, and I might have to bleed the brakes more, because it feels like there's still air in the system, and that of course it won't help. But I'll use it a bit more and see if it gets better. Alright, I've been using these disc brakes for the better part of the summer, and I did try to bleed them a number of times, and they are better, but they're not perfect. The problem is that I can like squeeze them all the way to the handlebar like this, and I tried to find some information about this, but it was kind of hard. But there was one guy on Facebook who said that I need to use the master cylinder from a bike that has disc brakes. So my neighbor, who is a motorcycle and a light motorcycle dealer, he had these laying around, so I'm gonna try these master cylinders and see if they are any better. I want to get as much brake fluid out of this as possible. I'll be using one of these. My neighbor also borrowed this to me. I think I'm gonna start with this one, because it has like this one has a double cylinder. So I'm hoping it's pushes more fluid. Oh Jesus. I'll put this one down. Need some more violence. threads are right, the correct ones, and that's a good start, I guess. So it doesn't really work. This turned into a much bigger project because this brake hose is a bit too short, and I need to get a longer hose to fix it, but I would like to have it even further out. So I'm gonna remove this plastic here, and then I can put the relay and this real winch switch instead of this crap. So let's have to tear into it. Alright, my plan was to take this brake tube and get it a bit higher up, because there is some slack in these hoses here, but that meant I had to take all the plastic off, and I had connected some stuff to it, so it was a bit harder than it should have been from the beginning. And but then I think now it actually works kind of good now. And I did take the air out of it. It was kind of hard, but it actually feels better now, so I think this will work. And I had this metal piece laying around, which was like a perfect size to put this up here. This is supposed to be down here, but I think this will work very good actually. Unfortunately, I've spilled brake fluid all over this, so I'm gonna have to clean it up. I'll take this out and wash it, because brake fluid is not good, especially if there's some paint or something like that. So next step, and also try if this works. Otherwise I'll put that original Honda brake lever back. I cleaned it off, and then I tried it out, and I thought that yeah, it didn't work, I thought, because it felt like front wheels weren't really braking that hard. But then I realized that because I had removed this 424 selector, it was in four-wheel drive, so it almost locked up in all four wheels, which is very good, much better than before. So I'm gonna put this thing together and see how it does in two-wheel drive mode. So I had a little bit of a setback. I was going to put this together, and then I found that the venting line for the front differential wasn't in there, and the nipple is actually still in here, so I have to access it, and it's like in here somewhere. This bracket, it sits like in there, like on this side. You can see it here, and I removed it, and now you can see this is where the venting hole should be, or the vent nipple. See if we can get it out of here. What I did now, this is a T10 Torx bit. I will just gently tap on it so it goes into this old venting tube, and then see if I can remove it that way. It's not moving. I don't even know if this is like threaded in there from the beginning, so it's kind of hard to know what to do with it. I have a new plan now. This is the old pipe that's broken off, and I found this really small piece of metal that I hope that I can put this in the differential and then put this in here, but I think I need to do some work to this before, because it doesn't really fit in there. I used my electric screwdriver to kind of grind this down a little bit more. Got some super glue on there. I think this will work. Got some lube. If this breaks, I think the reason it broke was this cable. No, it was wearing against it. Oh, I should put it somewhere else. That's the cable for the 424 shifter. So you can have like two-wheel drive. Yeah. Okay. Now let's not touch that. So I wasn't paying attention. Pull this too hard. But fortunately the threads are coming out of here. I think it's time to say 1990. I added a few stuff, a winch relay here, and I don't know if I can put it here. I'll have to put a plastic on, but I want it really high up, and I have all these wires are in here, this, and back here, and I will put a fuse here. I think it will be nice. I also removed some of the venting hoses, because now there's one vent hose from the differential that goes up here, and in here is venting hose for the fan motor, and then it goes back here, and this is the vent for the rear differential. I removed the front, they don't have any vent anymore, and this is for the rear brake, but that's not, it's gonna get water in there anyway, so it's not so important. I just have it like this. And this is the vent for the carburetor, so these two will be up like this. For the winch control, I drilled two holes here and here, and these screws were on there. And then I had some Loctite here, so let's see if it works now. Out should be here. Ooh, ah, fudge. Haha. Everything is together. I haven't put this forward rack on because I need to polish some here, and I put this light bar here instead of those square lights. A new winch, which is more powerful and a little bit more quiet. The new winch maneuvering thingy. Don't need that yellow stuff here. There's just one more thing to do before the test drive. This line here is where I stopped when I tried it with the drum brakes, and I started braking at 70 kilometers per hour, somewhere around there. So I'm gonna put the camera here and see. Okay. I'm not sure I reached 70 kilometers per hour. I have to redo it. Yeah. Like 5.5 meters better from 70 kilometers per hour, so I'd say that is a substantial improvement. And I'm gonna try them in water soon. I'll do one more run and have the camera up here. I like that you can see left and right is braking equally. Today it's raining, so let's try out the disc brakes in some water and mud. It's not deep enough. Oh yeah, here it's deep.
Okay, stop. We can hardly see anything. It's raining like crazy. Let's redo this a day when it's not raining.
Okay, so these brakes works kind of good now. I can't lock them up right after coming out of water, but they do brake pretty good. Much better than the drum brakes. The dumb drum brakes. And if I just drive a couple of meters on brakes, they dry up and they work really good. Then I can lock them on the gravel, and I can brake real hard on on hard ground like asphalt. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this video. It was quite long, but took some time to do it also. So if you like this, please subscribe to my channel. And if you don't, I don't think you would have watched this far. So anyway, thanks for watching, and bye.